how people had gotten themselves into a big mess. They actually thought that they could climb up to God and be happy without Him. God knows that we cannot climb up to Him, so God comes down to us. One day God came down to a very old man named Abraham. You know that.
You know that, yeah.
Now Abraham didn't know anything about God, but God knew everything about him. Abraham wasn't even looking for God, but God had big plans for Abraham. God told Abraham that He was going to give Abraham a huge family. Now that is crazy because Abraham didn't even have one kid, and he was old enough to be your grandfather or a great-grandfather. And get this, there's more. God told Abraham that He was going to use his big family to rescue. Where are you?
Yeah,
Rescue families that were broken by sin, families from all around the world. How on earth would God use Abraham's family to fix the world broken by sin?
Abraham didn't know
the answer, but
he didn't know the answer
to that question. He didn't know the details of God's big rescue, the plan for the world, but he trusted God. God told Abraham that he first needed to leave his home, travel far away to the place which he had never been. God told Abraham to leave his relatives. Imagine how scary that would be. Imagine if God asked you to leave your home in San Antonio.
Your home in San Antonio or in Ithaca, for example.
San Antonio. And go far away and start life over. God promised that He would take care of Abraham. Abraham believed God's promise and he gave up everything. Follow God. Abraham probably used some camels like this one to pack up all his things and follow God to a new home. Even though Abraham knew he and his wife were too old to have a baby, he knew that God can do anything. The Bible teaches us that Abraham wasn't just looking at what he could see around him. He was also looking forward to what God was going to do. And sure enough, God was going to do something wild. What was He going to give? Came from Abraham's family. When Jesus' mom, Mary, found out that Jesus was growing in her stomach, she was so happy that she sang a song. In this song, thanks God. She thanks God for keeping the promise that he made hundreds of years. And guess what? Before to Abraham, the promise to rescue the world broken by sin. And guess what? Not only Jesus part of Abraham's big family, you and I are too. We belong in Abraham's big family as we trust God to keep his promise and follow Jesus. Jesus, what a friend for sinners.
Thank you, Bruce. Can you say goodbye?
Bye, baby Bilbo.